Okay, just open it a bit. Oh, okay. I think that's the reason why you're. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see her. Yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, is it? Before the world. So when it's done, you're gonna be able to do all the process. You didn't get one thing. So take over, is it? Just that I just love supporting. I'm what will it give me? He was crucified, lay behind the stone. He lived to die, rejected and alone like a rose, trembled on the ground. He took the fall, and you thought of me. Above all, crucified, lay behind the stone, lived to die, rejected and alone like a rose, trembled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all. Like a rose, hey, Jesus, trampled on the ground. You took the fall, hey, and you thought of me above all.
Weekend starts here, and our focus is soul. The Soulful Weekend Show with Lady Anne Mahlako.
Hey, but you took a fall and you thought of me above all. Who am I, Lord, that you're so mindful of? Hey, guys, it's so nice to know that you're loved by God. This is one space, Kiane, that allows me just to lose myself, just to lose myself, because when you're in the presence of God, hey, there's just fullness of joy. And I know sometimes we say this because Sister Joy, oh, in the presence of God, there's fullness of joy. Like literally, I'm feeling the fullness of joy, and I'm asking myself, where would I be? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, thinking about you, Jenny, I mean, we had you on the Sisters Weekend show last week. We had the privilege of, being with us, with you, on the Sisters Weekend show, shooting in Pretoria, and listening to your journey, I was like, my word, my word.
Yeah.
People are going through the most. People are caring.
It's true.
It's so true.
The best part is realizing that it's not meant to kill you.
I think, and that's exactly what I said earlier on in the journey. It's not personal.
It's not.
It's not personal.
It's not.
When God allows some of the things to happen in your life, it's not personal. I was just encouraging our listeners with the book of Joel 25, Joel 2, verse 25 to 26, where he speaks about I will restore back, the years that the locusts. But also in the book, God says he's the one who sent those locusts to. And I'm like, okay, then why did you do that?
Even the story of Job is so saddening when he lost everything. Right?
Yeah.
I always wonder, how does somebody who's told curse God because you've lost everything and still says, I would love God. I love God with all of my heart, with all of my soul, right? And I realized in the story that there is power there. Like, God created us, right? God made us, right? What is it that we sometimes think, why would he give us so much pain? But I'm also thinking, but he has the right.
He has the right.
He has the right to give us what is best for us.
I know, right?
So in the midst of pain and and lack of understanding, we're thinking, but why would somebody who loves me gives me so much pain or gives me so much frustration. On my way to Val yesterday, I was telling my niece that I'm realizing that people who say there's no such thing as death, right?
Yeah.
And in my journey driving yesterday, I realized, oh, death is for the body. And
Okay.
because we say my hand,
Yeah.
my legs,
Yeah.
they're mine, but who's me?
Yeah.
Right? So this is my body.
Yeah.
Who's me?
Yeah.
And I realized we say we're spirit.
Yeah.
My spirit is not touched when death happens.
Come on.
When there's hunger, my spirit is not touched.
Hmm.
My flesh is deprived of
The
nutrition
food.
or food,
Yeah.
but me is not touched.
Sure.
And when I normally say, there's one lady who called me and saying she's stuck and things are not going well for her.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any advice or anything to say to her. What I said to her is just love yourself for the next 2 months. 2 weeks. When you say that you love somebody, you love a child, you love your husband, you love your boyfriend, the same love, you give them gifts, you cook for them, you treat them nice.
Yeah.
The next coming 2 weeks, don't think about she's a fitness coach.
Sure.
She has a job that she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Don't think about your job. Don't think about anything. Just numb yourself and love yourself.
And love yourself.
Just feed yourself that and come back to me.
Sure.
And she's like, but how? I don't know. I don't know where to start. I'm like, forget that you don't know. Forget
Just do
everything
it.
else. Forget everything that you know and that you don't know. And just love yourself. Just for 2 weeks. Bath in love. In your own love for yourself.
But
nothing else.
Why was she finding hard when she said, I do not know? Yet it's
habit.
Easy for
She
us
never
to
had that habit.
Oh.
She doesn't have the habit. She never cultivated the habit of loving herself, being there with herself. And I remember a verse when I was talking to her that says, he knew me before I was born. And I asked her, I was just talking to her, what is it that God is saying when he says he knew me?
You.
Who was I before I was born? Before this body, who was I? And after this body, who would I be? And maybe just connect to that. Just connect to the thought of just your presence before you were born, in your presence after your body dies, right? And just think about who you are then and love that person. Nobody else. Because maybe you're thinking this one is flawed. She has made so many mistakes.
Yeah,
she has stabbed so many people in the back. She's two-faced. She never loved people. She was just stamping over people just to get to positions and things like that. Maybe you've done so many things wrong, but think about just who you truly are.
Sure.
Not this flesh. The flesh that my mind has been corrupted by the things that I've heard from people. All that my mind is just accumulation of knowledge and the things that I've heard, I've been taught, how I've been treated, my trauma, my pain. But what about if you just connect to somebody who was there before the pain and the trauma happened?
Sure.
And think about that person's own strength and her own wisdom and her own power, and stand in that.
But
in your true nature, your true self, who we are created in the image of God, and how does God look like?
But in so many, what you're saying is so true, but we don't know those people, and many of us, we don't know those people. Somebody was saying to me, we need to heal the inner child. I'm like, who is the inner child? What are you talking about when you're talking about the inner child? Because what you're saying, it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Obuti, when you say, think about this person before I became this Mahlako who's like this and that and that. Let me think about that pure Mahlako. But I don't know that pure Mahlako. I've buried her with all these other things that has been happening. Judging myself, I'm a loser. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
How do I now revive that person? Nimbuyisa kanjani? Because I think a lot of people, we need that person.
It's just realizing that all that you are, it's because of somebody taught you.
Yes.
So forgetting all that you've been taught. My mother said this to me. Now I don't look beautiful. My mother said I'm not beautiful. My dad said in school they used to laugh at my hands. Right? My hands are big. Well, they are. My hands are big. People used to laugh at me. My toes, my feet are like that.
Okay.
And sometimes you can lose confidence because of that. When people say to you, and how you mean I'm 31. How like there's so many things that have been said to me. I remember when I started working, I lacked self-confidence. I lacked what is this thing? An ability to express myself.
Yourself,
I couldn't.
Yeah.
So presentations at work were terrible. And my boss, and he wasn't my boss, like he was my boss's boss.
Yeah.
He was executive director for supply chain. He once said to me, "You're so pathetic."
You?
And I remembered that most of my life. I remembered it. And I hated myself for failing to be what I was supposed to be, what I was employed to be. I wasn't ready for the workplace. And that's one thing that we need to talk about at some point. So sometimes people have said so many things to us that we've buried, or even we've said stuff to ourselves that we buried ourselves. So what now healing is it's going to dig those things. Healing is going to dig those things and correcting them one by one. Healing the inner child is going and looking at what was said to me that hurt me, and correcting, changing perspective. Hence life coaching. Hence counseling. Hence we need to go and change perspective. There are people who say, but what am I going to do in life coaching? What am I going to do in counseling? You're going to change perspective because you are thinking right now, I am stuck, and you're stuck because of something. And it's because of perspective, it's because of things that happened, it's because of the mindset that you're holding on to, the thought that you're holding on to. And now when you're going to ask for help, you're just going to ask somebody to help you with a fresh, a better perspective of the subject you're stuck on it. Sometimes you can have wealth, but then relationships are a problem because of perspective, mentality, because of trauma, because of something that happened to you related to this specific aspect of your life. So when you're going for assistance, for life coaching, for therapy, is just going to restore that which was broken, fix it, because somebody else has a better perspective. Somebody else has a better relationship. Somebody else has a better bank account. So going to that person is just going to say, I'm lacking Mina in this area. So let me go fix. So talking about the inner child is just that somebody robbed you of your childhood. And you need to go there when you were 3 years old, when you were 10 years old, when somebody molested you, when somebody robbed you of something, and you're still stuck there. When you heal the inner child, you're just going to heal perspective that some people are broken and they broke me. And therefore,
some people are broken, therefore they broke me. Hey,
so now what happens is I need to allow myself to release that hurt and melt that hurt. And melting that hurt is just understanding a perspective that sometimes some people will come to you and those people don't know better. So the Bible says, forgive them for they know nothing. And now what I look at people, how I look at people is we just human in an earth that was created by somebody who has more better perspective. We don't. So when I look at you, I look at you with love because you don't know better, I don't know better. So what we do is we coexist, hoping for the best, loving each other and holding each other.
And I think that's the reason why people get married as well, why people get in relationships.
Because
to help each other, on this journey to become better.
Just to help each other. And talking about marriage.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
It's people always say, I don't know if I can be blunt. That word, and we need to unpack that as well. To say, why is it that Mjolo Unyesa? It's because sometimes we're just having so much expectations for people who don't know much.
Who don't even know themselves.
I don't know much. We don't know. Yes. We just don't know. And if ever you're going to expect perfection or your own ideas that which another person won't be able to fulfill is an issue. I think most of the time we just need to be more realistic in what we're doing. We just want to journey together. So
and discover things together.
yes. So now there's a lot of expectation. He needs to do this. She needs to do. This is her role. This is a woman's role. It becomes too hard, and it becomes a burden.
A burden instead of
Yes,
Yeah.
instead of it being just like a swing. We're going, we're having fun, we enjoy.
We make mistakes, we
discovering,
forget.
we forgive, and we have best. I think the best thing that we should hope for in a relationship is just a best intention.
Yeah. Best intentions, right?
That's all.
Yeah. And coming back to our topic today, painful to blissful. I love this topic. I'm sure you're like, yo, lady, and don't you get over this thing? I think it's one of the things when we see people from their situations and making the most of it. You wrote a book, Painful to Blissful. What was going through your mind? What happened? What led you into, penning that book down?
So I think the idea of a book came 2019 when my brother passed. So it was my third sibling and my fourth family member who was passing in the family. Right?
Sure.
So that I was in pain that time, but I knew that one day I would get out of it. So I told you my story that I went to varsity without my mother having anything. Right.
Sure.
And all I had was a dream for me to go to school to do my degree and my honors. Actually, I wanted PhD, but then I ended up to honors. Right. I became realistic. I became real at some point, realizing that okay, well, I need to get a job at some point. So, I went. When I came to Joburg, actually, when doing my honors, I didn't have a cent. I came with bags. I didn't have accommodation or anything. So what I did is after matric, I knew that education, I'm going to get it. I don't know how, I don't care how, I'm going to get it. So with healing as well, I said to myself, I'm going through depression, I'm going through loss at its worst. 4 family members, and 2 of my siblings were 28 when they passed.
Sure.
It hurt so much that they were still young and they had potential, right? So, but then I knew at some point, so I went through a lot of inner pain. I used to cry, not understanding why, like tears would fall off my cheeks, and I wouldn't understand. Oh, my eyes, my cheeks,
Yes.
So, but I knew at some point I would get over it. I always have this hunger of getting to the next level, like conquering. Like if I have this challenge, I'm gonna conquer it. So when I was writing the book, what I wanted was just to get over. I wanted it to help me go through. Remember when I said when you inner child, you are stuck in your childhood, something happened in your childhood, going to heal that person. So I wanted to go back through writing, right? Starting the story from back. What happened? Why did because I told you I had blamed my dad for the death of my siblings.
Yeah.
So there was a lot that had happened, in my childhood that I still needed to think about. I thought about what my dad was. My dad was somehow a hero when I was growing up, when I was little. My dad used to do so many things. He was he had livestock, he was working, he would cook, he would bake, he would sell food. He would do so many things. He could fix shoes. My dad was everything, but then at the same time he was a monster. So that part, I think destroyed me and my perspective about life and men. All I knew was life is just painful.
Sure.
But I needed the bliss. In 2019, when I was writing, I needed the bliss.
You were tired of staying in the pain.
I was tired of my mental dysfunction because I could realize I wasn't thinking clearly. Right? What the other thing about depression is that sometimes it can rob you of perspective. Right? So all I did was go back. I took a course in life coaching because I wanted to heal myself. I told you about my story where I was feeling uncomfortable in therapy where the
The psychologist.
psychologist I went to said to me, you need to get out of this thing. You need to snap out of it. You need to lose all that you, and I didn't know how to.
And I came to you because I want to know how
Yes,
to,
I
right?
needed that from her, which I wasn't getting. So she became more and more frustrated as I went to see her. And I stopped going to therapy because of that she wasn't giving me what I wanted. I wanted to get out of that depression. I mean, a lot of people are dying from it.
Hmm.
So I wanted out. I wanted, because I would have killed myself. I wanted to pills because I wanted to ease the pain. I wanted to numb it, right? And I believe 2019 was the year where I was supposed to go, because when my brother, my third sibling, and my fourth family member passed, I felt like life is full of death, life is full of pain. I want nothing to do with it. So that time or that year, I realized it stops here. It stops here. And I pursued life coaching just for me to heal. And I went in deep. I read for sure 100 books to 200 or 500 books just for me to heal or to apply bits and pieces of things. And I did. And I would say I am happy. And I'm grateful for my siblings' lives, for my dad's life. I'm grateful for what happened. I've conquered it all. I know I used to cry for my siblings. I used to say, but why did they have to die so young? Now I'm saying I'm grateful that they lived, and I'm grateful that I met them. I'm grateful that they spent 5 years of their lives with me, 10 years of their lives with me, or so much of their lives with me. I'm grateful for my dad, and I know that he was filled with so much pain. He gave it us all. He gave all of it to us.
Because now
That's all he had to offer.
so pain.
Yeah. So I'm grateful, and I love my dad because that is no longer my story. My story is of conquering. My story is of possibilities. My story is of relentless love, and love being all that is available to hold on to. Nothing else we can hold on to. Like I can have this phone for now, but tomorrow it will die, right? I can have this car now, but tomorrow if it gets involved in an accident, what then? But I hold on to the love for me and my life, and enjoying every single thing that comes and goes,
Sure.
and not holding on to anything.
Particularly everything. And this, I just wanna, how do you, after experiencing so much, be able to say, I'm grateful, I'm thankful? Like you saw at some point, you saw your sister, your father beating your sister.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
so
but okay, now I know that listeners are asking themselves, okay, what kind, even besides me mentioning the story, you've already shared so many things that are so painful. As I'm looking at you, Kifila story, and I can see that you're now Uda.
I'm not there.
How die? Can there's know that I'm left with the pain. But you're able to say, I'm fine.
It's because of going back and fixing.
Hmm.
It took me about 2.5 years of going back, of having notes, like or you see exam paper.
Yeah.
So I would write, this is what happened to me. What do I think about it?
Sure.
What do I think about it now? I think it was wrong. Let's say I confront my dad. So I do a lot of non-physical confrontation. I'll confront you. Mahlako, you didn't treat me well. I hate it. I hate that you didn't treat me well. This is how it made me feel. But then I forgive you because I know that you're human. I'm not going to take that away from you. And I know that you have potential because you're also spirit, which is limitless, which is intelligent in so many ways, which is creative, which is beautiful. I'm not going to take that. So I forgive that, and I want to fall in love with that part. that I like.
So it's a matter of a decision, basically.
It's a decision.
It's a matter of a decision.
It is.
It's got nothing to do with the other person,
No.
whether they apologize or not.
No. Hence, I say, people say, ESCOM is this thing. What the politics, corruption. Oh, this is too much. Just focus on your life.
Can you focus on yourself?
Just focus on yourself. You can't change other people. You won't change what they're doing. You're wasting your time. Change yourself.
Change yourself.
Yeah. So healing is in the confronting and changing perspective and forgiving.
And when you're talking about confronting, we don't say confront the person.
Yeah,
I'm one person.
Confront the what happened.
The situation.
Yes.
And you as well,
Yes.
how you felt about it. Because I don't want to go around confronting each and every person that has hurt me. I don't even have time to be going into that.
Saying, I'm not. I'll be at home. Like I have this chair. I sit there.
Yeah.
And I confront people. Like
You're not
there. I will tell you, my dad. I hated how you treated us. I hated what you did.
Yeah.
This is how it made me feel. It made me feel crap. And I feel worthless because of it. I hate myself. I hate my life because of it. I can't have better relationships with men because I'm afraid of men.
I'm afraid of men.
I'm afraid of what they're capable
of doing.
I hate it. But I understand that you're human. And I understand that you experience 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm sorry that you experience all those things.
Sure.
And I love you. And I know that as much as you're human and you're this flawed, and I know that you're also pure. Your spirit is pure. It's been contaminated. It's been polluted.
We didn't ask for you to be aware.
You didn't ask for it. You deserved love. And love is so rare.
And because you didn't get it, you only gave us what you...
Yes, what you knew.
What you knew.
The habits. What you were taught. Love is a habit. I'm creating a habit of just being nice to people.
Hey.
A habit of just being kind. A habit of just waking up in the morning and just pray and thanking God for this just a little more life. And what I'm gonna do with it, I'm just gonna maybe plant stuff, veggies, and give them to people. Just a little bit. Just give to people because maybe they don't have food.
And because it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yes. Because I have this life. Why don't I just give it? Not just to myself. Enjoy it. It's so nice to give somebody a gift. It's so nice to just be given a gift. It's so nice to just buy somebody chocolate.
Or even send a text and say, you know what,
I love you.
You're such an amazing person.
Yes.
You're really hurt.
Yes. It's so nice to tell people that they're beautiful. Or it's so nice to say to people that maybe weekend how I bear.
Yeah, instead of gossiping about it.
I was telling this lady, she posted a picture of herself. She's so beautiful. She cut her hair and she's bald. I'm like, yo, my friend, I wanted to tell you a long time ago that those wigs were. I didn't like them. I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah,
But I want to tell you now because you are so beautiful. And now you're showing yourself. You're showing
boldly.
She was so well dressed. I had never seen her like that.
Wow.
Ever. In her 39 years of living, I haven't seen her looking like that. I'm like, girl, you look so beautiful. Can you keep this thing up? This part up.
And you find that's all she needed to hear.
Yes.
So
just be nice to people or just sharing your knowledge with people. Sharing it's so beautiful. That's what life was supposed to be. Okay, in my head, what's supposed to be about. Just sharing and loving and experiencing. There's so many beautiful things in this world.
And life coaching, let's talk about that colleague, because I'm also a qualified NLP a practitioner and life coach.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that route? Why did you choose?
I chose it for myself and for other people. Because I thought, my family is the way it is, full of pain. I want to be able to also give them what what I did for myself. I want other people to share the bliss. I when it comes to happiness, I think I'm a queen of bliss.
Queen of soft life, bliss.
You know what? I'm a queen of bliss.
Yeah.
And want to share it.
Mm.
Whoever wants to change their lives, their story, wants to change an aspect of their lives, you know what? There's bliss and what's up about eating, you know?
And I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You're not even trying hard. Yeah, I mean,
No.
the last time when we had our first, interview. You're not even trying hard. We're not about to convince or this thing works. When with you, you are living it. And
I'm
because you are
living
living it, now people they get attracted to you. Baba just about why are you so much at peace with yourself?
Oh wow,
You know?
you've said a word. I love peace. I'm at peace with everything that I think is wrong, what I think is right. I'm
yeah.
at peace with all of it, and it's just it becomes beautiful. Life becomes just a journey of discovery, of learning,
Yeah.
of unlearning, and realizing that I was wrong here. I'm right here, but then I'm just gonna keep moving and loving others, loving myself. And even the Bible, love your neighbor like you love yourself. But then most of the time we love ourselves this much, hence we love other people also this much.
But you can't give what you don't have. The reason
True.
why people are not giving love is because they don't have it.
It's true.
And I remember I read a book to Ismail. He says, hurting people hurt others.
It does. It's so true. People who are hurt will hurt you. Hence, one of the reasons I left my previous job was I just hated how people hate each other.
Right?
I just hated
backstabbing
the
corporate
anger
can
in the environment. I'm like, wow, I need to exit. This is not for me. So me going for life coaching, the course in life coaching was I wanted to change it all.
Yeah.
I wanted to fix myself so that I can enter spaces that are more like me, where people are just
positive and happy.
Peaceful.
What you're saying is so true. Guys, I cannot stay without being positive. I can say, why are people angry? People are
angry with their lives, with what happened to them. They're angry with themselves. Failure. One thing, failure can make you hate yourself.
Right?
Yeah. So if you can't process that, you can't forgive yourself for the wrong that you've done, you're going to fall in this pit of hating yourself. And when you hate yourself, you hate everybody else.
And you
see that.
Yeah,
you connect to people who hate themselves.
Yeah,
and you
a lot.
more life.
Can you say, guys, I can't stay along with people, but we are people who talk about other people. But there are people, guys, on a day-to-day basis, they talk about other people. I'm like, my life is so interesting. That's why I
want to talk about my life.
Talk about me.
I'm like that.
And I don't even talk about me with other people. Talk about me with me.
Yeah.
Now I drive around, guys, I drive around alone talking. I have to pretend as if I'm on the phone so that people they don't think I'm crazy. I put on earphones because I'm like, Mahlako. So this happened. I do that because I'm so consumed within myself that they don't bother me.
Yeah.
Yes, from time to time, my friend will call and say, Mama won't dinner, then we'll have a conversation. But this thing of sitting and gossiping.
Yeah.
As a life coach, if a person comes and says, I've got this problem, I don't know.
It's a habit. You've made it a habit to just talk about people, and it's difficult to live with.
But what happens? What happens when we're dealing with a person like that? What I want to know is that I want to start my question like this.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in a person's mind? Are they lacking something about themselves, or what is it?
So first thing definitely is a habit of just talking about people, but most of the time it's just liking other people's stuff, finding content. Other people's lives are more interesting than yours, and there's content there, right, to talk about. But then if you think that there's content in your own life, you spend time fixing, plowing. You fixing, man. When you before you plant what you do, that you fertilizing more life in your improve now and then. Hence I'm a personal development junkie.
I love it. I think that's when guys, I love it. I'm passionate about that, eh?
in every book that I read, I want to read a book that's going to give me something, a
Yeah.
line, whatever, a paragraph, something that I can change in my life, improve about my life.
Yeah.
Just that. I just want to keep. My life is just my little project.
My life is my little project. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, my life is just my little project. I'm just fixing and fixing and fixing, and I'm loving that. I'm just pruning and pruning.
And it's amazing that you're saying this because yesterday I had a really amazing guest as well. Her name is Kamu Mahabane.
Yeah, I know Kamu.
On Facebook.
Yeah, from social media.
Social media, amazing woman, amazing woman.
Mm.
So I had Kamu on studio yesterday, and we were talking about the very same thing.
Beauty.
And you're redefining beauty, but we're talking about, when you love yourself so much, you wouldn't care about, because she was saying to me, you need to get to a point where you don't care about what people say about you. Because when I'm one person, I'm very sensitive. As much as I'm bold, but I'm very sensitive. So and so. I want to know what was going in your mind for you to lie about me. Because I know people have lied about me, about my character, about things. And funny enough, God has a way of always bringing these things to me. And I feel like, you're sensitive. Why? So God said to me, no, you shouldn't even ask why, Mahlako. Why are you concerned about what other people are saying about you? When you know yourself, when you're comfortable within your own skin, people will always find things because people are bored with it. I like what you said. People, they are bored with their own life because they have no content of their own life. So babata content take away.
Yeah.
You find
that people who like especially gossiping about others and creating stories, they're sitting at home watching TV. They're doing nothing. Again, all they're doing is just watching TV,
checking other people's lives.
Nothing interesting about their own lives. So they need that.
Sure, but why is it important when I get going back to you as a life coach? Why is it important that people need to invest in life coaching? Because what you shared right now, I think if people could, each and every person needs to do that.
Yeah.
People are bored with their lives, guys, and the only way they can get it right is to finding a Kia who say, I can walk this journey with you. What is the importance of life coaching?
Sure. Life coaching is significant when you know that there are aspects of your life you're not happy with. I don't know if you know this thing called wheel of life.
Okay.
That it has aspects of life like career, finances, relationships, family, fun, recreation, things like that. So you can rate. So I advise you, if you're listening, to search a wheel of life,
okay,
and then rate every aspect of your life between 1 and 10.
Sure.
So where are you in terms of your career? Are you happy with it? Rate yourself. I'm 1. I don't have a job. I don't have anything. I'm sitting at home, or I have a business that's not working out, or I'm stuck in a job that I hate. Right? So you rate yourself 3, and rate yourself throughout every aspect. And then when you are not happy, come for life coaching. Come to a person who has who can help you find ways to get those things to 10, to where you want them to be. We all want to rate best in our lives. Like, I mean, in school, we all wanted 80%. We all wanted to be stars. So in our own lives, where can't we rate 10 in our own finances, in managing them, in relationships? We can. So if you want a better life, if you want to improve an aspect of your life, it's best that you can find somebody who's been trained as a life coach to help you get to where you need to be, where you want to be. Be happy with your life. If you don't know how to get to bliss, to ecstasy, to euphoria, to just peace and joy. You know, I once said to somebody, it was a while ago when I started feeling joy, because I didn't understand what joy is. We read from the Bible that the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Yeah.
All I wanted in my pain, all I wanted to feel was to feel joy. And there was a point when I said, I feel joy in my bones.
Darling, you've reached that level.
That's how deep my bliss
joy
is. I feel joy in my own bones, and it's just a beautiful feeling when you've been when you've had depression for a very long time, and when you sleep in your beautiful bed, and you just have coffee with you or just have a drink, and you're just loving life and you're loving how you feel inside. It's just so amazing.
Please.
And if you want to experience that, I encourage that you go to somebody who's feeling that, and they show you how to go there, because then there's this thing of just going to anyone, and then anyone will help you to where they are.
Yeah, true. So don't just get a life coach, because a lot of people are taking it as a career. Some of us, we took it as a career and a passion, because we just ooze the positiveness. You understand? Everywhere you go.
When I get a call right now, somebody says, I'm not encouraging you to call me.
You're a life coach. You're supposed to call you.
No. Like, I'm just saying a call.
Oh, okay.
I want like just a call when somebody wants to just tell me their stories.
No, we charge for that. Remember, you don't just listen for my highlight.
With friends. I think for me with friends, people who know that they can just call me.
Those are the ones who are supposed to pay first. Number one, we need to change that.
Yeah.
Because never know we are the same. We need to change that. Those are our first clients.
I agree. People who say, my friend thinks I'm not going well. I get it. They're coming with
my friend. Yeah, my friend.
I'll be going in and like I'll just say. But I also realized everything has value.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
I find it that people who pay, I feel like they find more, they get more out of the session, because sometimes you speak to somebody mahala, and they're not invested in this thing, and then whatever that you say, madam, maybe just change one thing, and then they don't change it. Sometimes
because they didn't pay for it.
Yeah, it's just value. Sometimes people don't value. So I for my client's sake, I just say, please pay. Even if you don't pay the full amount,
but pay.
Please pay.
Because it will tie into something. Yes.
So then you go and then implement. Because some people, we talk. There are changes that needs to happen in their lives, and some they don't go, because those changes are painful. Because they're going to pop a blister. So some won't, because they didn't pay. But how much but I
pay for it. I need to follow through.
I need to see the results. I want the results. So hence coaching is a 50-50. It's my responsibility. It's your as a client, your own responsibility to do the thing, to do what you said that you would do. So you as a client, or a coachee, you are a resource in this thing. You actually can't come to the session and say nothing, and I say everything. What am I saying? I don't know your life story. I don't know what needs fixing. Yeah, because I cannot diagnose you. Remember, I cannot diagnose you. I need your story for me to say, but what do you really think about this thing? Is this thing great? And what can we do? And we work out a plan on the things that you need, actionable things that you need to go and change. And once you change those things, you see the results. And I am happy that I helped you, and you're happy that you came to me for help. You're happy with yourself as well for taking that initiative for seeking help. Right. So it'll be worthless for you also to pay for something and then you don't see the results, because that might also be a pattern. Exactly. You keep doing things. The same thing. There is a feeling. How something. So it could be a bad habit that needs to be changed. And sometimes coming for life coaching is somebody seeing you from the other side and realizing what I am a heavy in so in terms of your business, you want to reach 20 grand or 30 grand or 100 grand. But then you wake up and you drink coffee for 2 hours. Yeah. Why are you not advertising? Why are you not speaking to people? Why are you not networking? Why are you not reaching out to more people and telling your story a bit more? So habits are very important in fixing your own life. Realizing that, but I want this and I deserve this, but then this is how I'm acting. Everything in my life is like that. So creating good habits is great, but the first thing is having the right perspective of a human being. How does a human being think? And a human being who wants certain results. As a human being who's comfortable with 10,000 rands. There's a human being who's comfortable with 30,
Mm.
or comfortable with 150,000 rands every single month.
Yeah.
And we are not the same.
Mm.
So come and get what you think that you deserve.
You deserve
Yeah.
what you think you
So
deserve.
yeah, life coach. Most of the people who go for coaching are those who realize that I deserve more,
Mm.
and we all do.
And we all do.
We all do.
We all do.
Hence, we can't now say, I wish now I drove a Range Rover and Mahlako didn't.
Mm.
That's evil.
That's evil, hey?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's lack of love.
yeah.
And you lacking love for others is lacking love for yourself, because we are all one.
You know, like, I'm happy that you're saying that, yeah, because you know how I want good things for people. Like, I don't sit around having bad thoughts. The other day I was thinking, am I even human? Am I even human? Because I always want the best for people.
I think
Even the people
coaches
that
are
hurt
like
me,
that.
like
Because
coaches,
you want
we're
to
like
help
that. You
people.
always want to see
Yeah.
people happy.
You always wish the best for everyone. So I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like that. If I could say to you, but then how about if we move this thing here and then you get your 10 grand that you wanted? Amazing. I got a call from, okay, I think this past week was for me about people coming with testimonies.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Like through emails, I hardly ever get that. Like
Yeah.
once in a while, I got a client who says she sings and she's been getting gigs.
Yeah.
But then now she has elevated
Wow.
to being a mentor, a music
Wow.
mentor.
Wow.
And this group of people that asked for her to mentor them.
Wow.
They actually offered her 15,000 rands.
Wow.
For the work. And she's like, yeah, every time, like every week, there's something new in my life ever since I
started
had
these sessions with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time there's more and there's more and there's more and there's more and there's more. Oh, my heart.
And it makes you so.
my heart
That's why I can't deal with jealous people, because I love.
rejoices.
I know, right?
Yeah. So the other one sent me an email last week saying that after reading your book, I realized there's a world I didn't know.
Hey, your book, bruh. You know, we didn't get much into it, and you know, okay, we only left with 6 minutes. What is it that people can expect when they are reading your book, and when can they find it?
They can find it online on Amazon. I have copies as well. If you want a physical book, but I advise you to buy online. So my book is about transformation.
Yeah.
Pain to bliss.
Yeah.
It's just if you want to transform your life, start with that book.
Ace. Yeah.
Read the book, because you get to see my work and my walk, my journey, and you can actually take stuff from the book and implement them.
Right?
Yeah, that's the best thing. I always.
It's a working book.
I don't like to read a book that doesn't have how to.
Ne?
Don't tell me things that won't solve my problem.
I said we need to figure out after.
Yes.
No.
Okay, this is the person's story.
Yeah.
But what is the solution? What can I do to improve myself? So that book is for people who want to change something in their lives.
In their lives.
Yeah.
I like that.
You want to transform, buy the book and do the work. Do the work, because transformation is in the doing.
In the doing.
Yeah.
And if they want to have sessions with you, how do they get hold of you? Because somebody's listening right now, like, I really need a life coach in my life. How do they get hold of you?
On my email, Kealeboga gm@outlook.com. Kealeboga gm@outlook.com. Just send me an email.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how much it costs. It's not much, actually. So that we can just love people,
relationships, love,
and my clients are my friends. Somehow we become like family. We become so close.
But I want to urge Kia's clients, if you are listening, keep on paying these friends who are calling and say, friend, I want an advice. Guys, remember when you're talking, I don't know about you, but now when I'm giving a session, when I'm talking to a person, it takes energy.
It does.
That is why now I get over, like, guys, I'm always tired, because on a day-to-day basis, I'm talking to people, I'm encouraging. I think even with my mentees, co-sisters, we can they need to start paying a fee because
I know what
after
you're talking
talking,
about.
I am
I know what
drained.
you're talking about. It's a gift. So for us, it's not just a career.
Yeah.
It's a gift, and you're
Mm.
taking a gift from me.
Do you understand what I mean?
Just let's exchange.
There's a change.
Yeah,
You know? And we know that there are people when I get us later, but
Mm.
what you can repay me is that after giving you the advice, at least apply it.
Yes.
Apply and put in the work.
Yeah.
If you cannot pay me, let me, because every time I cannot every week be telling you the same thing.
And word of mouth. And when you're grateful for the session,
Tell somebody.
Say to other people that you can benefit from this. Just be my marketing something.
Yeah, if you're not paying for it, be my marketing. But let it
Just
be an
one or two
exchange,
people,
guys.
Yeah.
Let it be an
I
exchange.
agree.
You understand what I
It's
mean?
a gift. You know, honale song yaha zonke.
Yeah.
I'm just somebody on a CPO.
Yes.
You know, I'm just a girl
Who's got a gift?
So just let's just do that transaction. Let me give you my gift,
and
then you give me what you can.
And people, another thing, I don't know if you get that a lot. Now I get questioned a lot. People thinking that I'm not real. Some people thinking you're fake, and because they've never seen such genuine person. So when I meet people, they're thinking I'm an una mangalo, you know. So I don't know if you get that a lot. Is there a person who just loves people?
I used to because it's not real. They've never experienced that. I used to get that where people say, you say you can help me.
Marawe now you how?
What can you help me with?
Yeah.
Why are we even talking?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that energy to entertain such. I'm like, why are we talking?
Why we even talking about it? So it's fine. It's okay.
I just let go. Like I block even. Like, I don't have that energy.
No, guys.
I don't choose that.
Yeah.
I choose peace.
Peace, guys.
And if you're not
gonna
time. Bring that into my life, go.
Bye, Felicia.
This thing is stuck with me. Before Shona Figures and Parts, there was a video that went viral about saying, lose the people who don't bring what you want.
Simple.
Peace. Lose the people, cut them, get rid of them.
Yeah.
And I think this week that thing has been stuck with me. Just get rid of people who are not going to.
Peace.
My life is all about bliss. And if somebody's not bringing that into my life, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Any closing words, Kia, because we almost reached the end of the show.
Closing words is life is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Just try it differently.
Yeah.
Like put a pause on everything and just try beauty. Just go out, walk out. I walk a lot now. I go and just take a walk and I realize the sun is so beautiful. Everything is just so beautiful. Just sometimes what comes out of people's mouth that is not beautiful and their deeds. But everything else about life is beautiful. And the things that we fear are actually beautiful. Yeah. Like death. They're okay. They're part of life. Death happens. Let's appreciate what we had and keep moving. Lilia, our time will come, and let's be at peace with other people's passing, so that we can be at peace with also ours, and it can be just a beautiful journey.
A blissful journey.
Let's stop focusing on other things. Focus on the bliss, the beautiful part.
Unfortunately, Napela, but what's on when I gave Akita very close. So you're still going to be part of this show, as our life coaches, giving advice to people, because, people need to hear these things. And I'm happy that we didn't focus much on other things. And, I think this is what God wants us to speak about today, because everything that you said, I believe is something that somebody out there wants to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking your time. I know that you don't play when coming to your time. And that's what I like about you.
Is it because I left early that time?
No, really, we'll talk about it off air. Thank you so much, baby.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you to your listeners.
Thank you so much, Kia. Guys, it's that time of the day where I have to love and leave you. Stay tuned to Tabacoms Radio. I'm going to see you again next week, Saturday and Sunday. Same time, same place here on the Soulful Weekend. You know, I always bring you the best. And yes, I'm still going to have Uki again. I'm going to invite her again because there's such a lot of things that we still need to speak about. So yeah, I'm making a way for a colleague of mine to just come over now and take you guys from now up until 12 a.m., 12 p.m. And for me, it's adios, and I'm going to be playing out with Dr. Dumi saying you deserve it. I love you guys. God loves you. Be blessed. And remember, this week is all about positiveness, positive mindset. And remember the scripture that I left you with when I said, God will restore all the years that the locusts have eaten. I'm leaving you with Joel 2, verse 25 to 26. Go and read it and meditate on it day and night. God loves you, and I love you too.
Next time we should talk about meditation.
We need to talk. You must come back. You need to come back. Thank you so much for sitting here.
belongs to you.
I want to take a picture of you. So I'm going to send you this and picture. You go to our children and picture. Send it to me.